What's going on, everybody? So we're back with another video, and I want to talk about the illusion of separation. And this is precisely why the world is the way it is. And I do want to say this is not a mental concept, though we can bring it into a mental concept of you thinking, oh, we are all the same. This person is me, da 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 da. You actually have to experience this, more so see it. And only then, when you see it or have the experience, you'll know this. And that's why everyone's caught up in thinking we're separate, not getting along. And, people end up doing greedy things, quote unquote, evil things, whatever it is on those negative type of things, basically. And you'll see that when they don't know this, which most people don't, they get into a situation where it's all about them. You can even say ego. It's all about them. So, and you see this all the time. People will be like, oh, a lot of people act fake, which is true. But there's more to it. People are out just to defend him or herself, then their family, or maybe just their wife, their boyfriend, their child, whatever it is, whatever their really, really tight knit is. Which there's nothing wrong with. And there's nothing wrong with any of this. But we need to understand these people think they're separate from all the other people. And animals and just everything, basically. Because you always see like people on the internet or just saying in general, I'm not messing with any of these people anymore, and I'm only going to defend myself, I'm only going to fend for myself, basically, is what they say. And that's because these people they're stuck in this. And they don't realize that these people are unconscious, and they're only doing stuff for themselves. It's very survival of the fittest, very rudimentary when it comes down to it. And it's simple. It's not really complex. We are all a part of God. We can even say a master energy for that. For that matter. And the problem is we separated from God, and that's how we came into being. And people wanted to recreate God, but it's not that simple. They got into the egotistical ways, and basically these are what they call the fallen angels. Everyone at one point in time that experiences this life becomes a fallen angel, and hence that's why they're called sinners. When you hear about all this biblical stuff, they're first of all, they're not direct. So there's a problem when you're not direct. Second of all, it's a book. You can only get so much from it. And third of all, it's very wishy-washy. It's not exactly as you think it is. When they're trying to talk to you, they're trying to talk on a spiritual, metaphysical realm. You're not going to understand this logically unless you've experienced it. Even preachers that are like, they love, and which is like an act of devotion, and they don't know necessarily what God is. And basically what God is when you're thoughtless. It's very simple. It's not complex. And most people, why they love children, is because they're in the moment. They're in that God complex. They have to be. But as you grow up and teach them things and discipline them and try to treat them in certain ways, make them do this, tell them no, tell them yes, be mad at them, be angry at them, yell at them, different things arise. And eventually they will break into the ego, and then eventually they break away from that. See, the spark that's in God, in every living animal and every living thing on this earth, becomes the spark of life. It's the same in everybody. It's no different. And once you realize this, you'll grow more and more and more, and you'll get into this more thoughtless state, and you'll understand that we aren't actually separated. You'll just be there to experience it. So the spark of life is in every animal, every human being. And then people create their own personalities from the family, from their environment, and that's pretty much it, you know what I mean? And past karma, that was past actions of how they lived before, basically, are going to be piled up. Sorry, I'm getting this piece for my tripod to hold the camera up, and I have my phone flipped so I can't see, and I just want to make sure I didn't pause the video. That's why I keep moving it away. And I'm going to be happy when I get that. So when you have this, it's basically a fear of separation. And when you have this, people do dirty things. They think these people are against you. They don't see us as one. They don't see it as unity. They do selfish things. It's greedy. These people at the top that have a bunch of money and that are greedy, they are only pretty much selfish. They have a lot of survival traits. They have a lot of those instinctual traits, because we're supposed to rise above the survival instincts, which would be, certain things. It's when you rise above them. So let's just say, like, someone made me really mad, or just like someone made me angry in some way. But it's not necessarily that I got angry. It's more so me watching it. Let's just say, like, oh, someone tried to make me angry. I seen the anger coming in. This is me rising above. This is me going up. Eventually, when you rise up, you won't even get angry, because you'll realize being angry, there's nothing wrong with being angry, but you don't want to be angry. This is hence called suffering. There are other names for it too. I just lost the one I was going to say. But you don't want to be depressed. That's what I was going to say. Like, angry. You don't want to suffer. You want to get away from it. And so a lot of people have to go through a lot of suffering for them to rise above it. But some of them don't go all the way. They're like, let's just say a breakup, for example, and the guy's like, now he's like furious. He doesn't date, let's just say, this wonderful girl that this guy loved broke up with him. Now he's gotten further, but the fact is he's still mad about it, and he carries this resentment around all the time for the rest of his life, maybe. So he's still, again, stuck in that. It's actually funny. It's actually all very funny, all of it, once you get to that stage. But it can take a while to get there. And so this is all illusion of a separation. Because our soul, when people say soul, our souls are all made from God's soul. So, or you could say energy, but we'll just say God's soul. So we're just like, it's like cutting a pie or a cake, and you're giving everyone a piece. We're all part of the same cake, the same whole, the same ingredients. Now we develop different personalities, and we have different karma takes on it. And we're going to have different things that we want to accomplish. And that's always very unique into the individual. Because Because no personalities are necessarily going to be exactly the same. But our souls, your soul is going to end up being God's soul because you are a part of that, So, and that's when you drop everything, basically. I don't want to make this video too long, but yeah, 10 minutes. It doesn't even feel like I was speaking for 10 minutes. Close, though. But that's all I basically have to say is the world is like this because we're all separated from each other. And you can see this very well. The people who are in control, when you want power, that's control. They separate us, they divide us, they want to conquer us, they want to enslave us, slavery, they want to make fun of people's color, they want to be, they want to judge people, they want to most importantly though is like separating people, and because they haven't experienced this. And that's the whole reason why, the whole universe came into play, because they eventually came to a point where they wanted to separate from God, and we created this illusion that we're separate from God. We became trapped in our own illusion, and now we're just going to find our way back and break our way back. Everyone eventually does come back, but you won't be here anymore once you do come back. Like once you do fully realize this, and then when you die, you won't be coming back because you'll be one with God again. And that is the story of life. There's also stories in the scriptures, whether it's the biblical, whether it's, the Hindu scriptures, the Vedas, the Buddha, whatever it is. It's the story of, spirit, soul, wanted to separate from God and create their own godlike world. And then they wanted to, but it didn't come out like that. It became egotistical. They wanted power. They wanted power. They wanted control. It became in the greedy. And so all these things fell forth. Hence why they call it the falling angel. So that's basically it. It's very simple. This can definitely go on longer and brought about in many ways, but I just wanted to make that clear. And you can experience this if you can sit still. Sitting still is the key to this. When people say they have ADHD, OCD, all these things are the same things. Too many thoughts on their mind racing, which if it happens every once in a while or when you're younger, that's fine, but you need to conquer this. This is the reason why we came here. And people don't understand this, and no one's telling you either. Not too many anybody telling, but a lot of people are understanding this. It's not fending for yourself, it's helping other people. And once you get to this stage, it's going to be very grand. You'll feel the amount that you'll feel will not be like anything in your whole life when you experience this thoughtless state. And people that have these ADHD, they don't understand. Like some of them may actually have problems, but a lot of them use it to cover, just say it's a problem, and that's a problem in itself. And once you get away from this, because it's just like this. Oh, you have ADHD. Like someone says that, a doctor or someone or whoever, and there's a bunch of things like that. But the thing is like, you need to do something about it. Just because someone told you have it, now you think you have this disease. You could not even have a disease. You could be perfectly fine, but someone tells you it, then you think you do. But if you do, whether someone tells you or you think you do, the best thing to do is to solve it and get rid of it, which people don't do. They get diagnosed with something, or somebody claims they have it or claim they have it. They don't do nothing about it. You have to do something about it. That's if you think you have a problem. That's all what it comes down to. But have a nice day. Subscribe to the channel. If you have anything that you would like for me to discuss, drop the comments below. You can also email me. I'm going to be dropping a lot of videos. Try to every day. Have a nice one.